Alright. I think. Where's my car keys? Because that's the kind of day I've been having. There they are. Yeah. We're on our way. I have not put the lantern back in. So it is up, which means my trekking poles are at the tent, so I'm sans trekking poles. And we're gonna head down to the lake and follow the contour of the lake. It is 12:30 in the afternoon. Remember how to shut her up. I'm gonna be hearing her every time I stop. So, I have hiked this lake before, and I have always gone clockwise. And because of the kind of day I'm having, I've decided to hike this counterclockwise. Maybe change my fortunes. Hasn't been a bad day, it's been a good day. I was packed and ready to go. I've got my fishing pole, I've got my bow. I have my clothes all set up, I have my food all set up, I have my... Oh yeah, she's gonna have to go. Have my pack all packed. And like I said, I thought when I was setting up the tent, I left my poles or my tent pegs behind, which I just could not fathom because I keep everything together so that I can just grab and go. And that is not what happened. But because I packed all my other gear on the roof of the Xterra, hammocks, shooting gear, I was going to bring my rifle, and then I decided against it. Just haven't got enough time when I only have Friday and Saturday to do this. There's just not enough time. I had the opportunity to put a day off on the schedule so I could have scheduled time off, and I got enough PTO to where taking a day off wouldn't hurt me any. And so this is the lake. This was as high as this trail right here. The last time I was here, so that the tree roots right there were underwater. That tree was underwater. It has dropped down some, but I don't know if you can see the demarcation line from the wind and the shore right out there on the water. But that's how low it was when I came out here. Prior to that, this lake had gotten down to a spit. Alright, I'm going to take just a moment, shut you guys off. I'm going to see if I can shut this young lady up. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, we're back underway. I could not figure out how to shut her up, so she's gonna be talking at you guys. I got my earbuds in.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
And if I start singing and dancing, my apologies. Megan Trainor, though. All about that bass. And like Megan, I feel better when I'm dancing. It's a beautiful spot. I love being up here. As you can see, people like to come out here, recreate.
Workout paused.
The AZT, just on the other side of these hills. My wife has a sign up on our patio. Says, "This is my happy place." I built that patio. And I can tell you, that was my happy place. But nearby to my house, this is my happy place. I passed 6 deer on the way up here, some turkey. Had my eye out for bear. I have seen them up here. One ran right out in front of the car on one trip up here. spot in here. That's probably where I'll come down tomorrow. Caught a lot of fish out of this cove. And most fishermen don't give up their little secret spots. But my guess is most of y'all won't be coming out here, so ain't no competition. So, hikes I did before during the summer. As you know, I did Marshall Gulch down into Wilderness of Rocks. I finally recovered from that. It took about a week. The wife wanted to go hiking with me. I said, that sounds like a bad idea, but if you want to, we'll go. She wanted to go up to Mount Lemon because obviously hot in the desert. I said, well, we're going to have to get up, get going. And I, as I am apt to do, I had all my stuff to go when I came home Thursday night. All I had to do is stop at the store, pick up some ice, and she didn't rise till 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was up at 4:30 in the morning waiting. And the day's getting hotter and hotter. And she finally got up and she said, are you ready to go? And I said, I've been ready since 4:30. I said, I don't think we're going to go. She said, why not? And I said, it's going to be hot. And she said, nonsense, we're going up on the mountain. She looked at the weather report and she said it's only going to be 85 degrees. And I said, that's 85 degrees at elevation in the sun constantly. And we'll be walking up a mountain. I don't think you know what you're in for. She said, I'll be fine. Now I know she powered through up on Baldy Trail with her friend from Oregon. But I was not hopeful. We got out of the house around 10:30. Got to the store. She went shopping. And we got up to the mountain around 12:30, started our hike around 12:30. We got about halfway up the mountain on the trail we were on. And she's dizzy, seeing spots. Not throwing up, but diarrhea. She won't turn back. She didn't want to ruin our trip, our hike. she insists that we keep going on, that she's fine. So we keep going, and we get to a point where we're making the final steep incline up to the summit of Saddle. And it's some crazy switchbacks, very steep incline. And I offered for her, said we can go back. No, I don't want to ruin our hike. I said, all right, let's go. And I went hiking on. I got about 75, 100 feet. And I turn around, look, she's still standing in the same spot. Her eyes just wandering around. She's kind of moving, wobbling on her feet. And I went, yeah, she's done. So I went back and said, we're done, we're going back. She insisted no, and I said, well, you can stay here if you want. I'm going back. She goes, I don't want to ruin our hike. And I said, you're going to ruin the hike of everyone that came up this mountain if you don't turn back. Because they did not plan on coming up here and dragging you off this mountain. So, of course, ending the hike, or, quote, ruining the hike is my fault. Because I turned back because I didn't want her to die. We got back. I put her on a wall down at the campsite. Walked back, got the car, drove down, picked her up, took her back to the cabin we were staying at. And I don't want to go down this hill. Let's go this way. And she had chills, fever all night long. She was one sick kid. Ooh. Missing those trekking poles. Ooh, that lady's annoying. I could not find out a way to shut her off. Next day, we're having brunch at one of the local places up in Summer Haven. She said, I'm sorry, you ruined our hike. I ruined your hike. And I said, you didn't ruin the hike? I said, I was a toad. I accomplished as many miles by going up almost halfway and turning around and coming back as we would have if we'd finished the loop. You didn't die, and I'm guessing you'll never go hiking with me again, so win-win for me. She laughed, but I don't think she thought that was funny. We've walked in the neighborhood a few times together. She slows her pace for me. She's got longer legs than I do. And I've gone on a couple of small hikes just with day gear. This is the first hike back with weight again. And we haven't gone far. We haven't even gone a mile. We haven't been out here 30 minutes. And I'm feeling it. Feeling it in the hips. Feet are fine. Everything seems good. Alright. Gonna take a sit. Take on some water. I'll talk to you in a bit. Well, alright. We're mountain goating it. I thought I'd flip y'all on in case I fell and broke my leg. You could see what happened. That was sketchy. In case you're wondering, and you're not, but the backdrop music to my current view, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Voodoo Child. Standing right next to a mountain. Chop it down with the back of my hand. Ooh, that's probably break for y'all. I'll give you a break. We got a ways to go. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Might have to at some point turn around and head back in the other direction, just so we can get back to camp before dark fall and get some dinner cooking. Alright, talk to y'all in a bit. Okay. Well, I've been out long enough to where if I turn back now, I'll make it back to my camp by 5. The lake certainly has grown since the rains. I did make it down to the end where it turned into swamp. And I just got my hiking shoes, a pair of water shoes, but not any boots for swamp. So, check myself, said, alright, we're good. We'll head back. I am gonna check that tomorrow for bass. Bulrush is there. Last time I was out here fishing from my kayak, I cast off. I'm out here for trout. I cast and I don't know. I went wonky and the line went flying up onto the shore, which is really, from where I was at, one hell of a cast. And I was like, damn it, and I lifted the tip of my pole and jerked it back while I was reeling in, and it popped up in the air and landed in some reeds, and boom, a big old bass hit it, which is the first bass I've caught since fishing with Perry Bodine. And Perry, it checked me. I don't think I ever caught a bass when I was out with you. I think you caught them all. I just enjoyed being out with you, bud. Good times. But yeah, that could have been the very first bass I ever caught. And I brought him in, let him go, because I'm a catch and release kind of guy nowadays. This sure is a pretty walk. It's hot out, even though we're up in the mountains and there's a breeze blowing. It's a warm breeze. It's about probably 100 and something down in Tucson right now, 101, 103. Up here, probably about, well, I don't know, might be 97 if you stand in the sun for a little bit. It's definitely up into the 90s. So, good hike. Definitely, if you sit around for 2-3 months waiting for the, has it been 3 or has it been 2? I don't know. I think it's been 2. Even still, sit around for 2 months waiting for the temperature to drop. You decondition pretty fast. So I was having a hard time dragging my butt out of bed at like 2-3 in the morning just to go for a hike in the dark because I was sleepy. So on my days off I just sit around. Now I'm regretting it. And like I said, feet feel fine, I feel fine. Legs are okay. Hips are a bit sore. That may be carrying the weight. I'm not feeling the weight too much. I wish there was a way for me to like readjust these load lifters. Get them arched over my shoulders a little better. They are as tight as they will go. So I might look at having some other buckles stitched a little lower so I can feed the straps through and just hunker them down real tight. Whew. But all right, looks like what I need to start doing. Continuing my day hikes with my day pack with weight on, putting in miles, and then put some miles on in my neighborhood. I've got a 5-mile loop I can do on pretty much flat surface in the neighborhood, carrying full pack. Get used to carrying the weight again. Get used to moving the legs again. But we're out here. We're doing it. Get back to camp. Cook some dinner. I got a peak meal and Mountain House chili mac. I'm not sure which one I should cook up for you guys, give you my opinion. I've got IV infusion electrolytes. Element electrolytes that I can taste and tell you how they are. It's a variety pack. I think I brought a watermelon with me. I got various coffees. Well, this next part gets kind of hinky, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'll talk to you on the other side. So it's dropping into the 4 o'clock hour. We got too much farther to go, but still a ways, and the last part is, oh my God, straight uphill. Oh, here's the thing. My doctor told me I have high blood pressure. And she prescribed Cinecro for me. Now, I respect doctors, and I'm not one to blow my doctor off. She's a fine doctor. So I went down and filled that prescription. Before I went, I jumped on the internet to see if there's anything else I could do about my blood pressure without getting on a drug that caused my body to build up potassium and make me hyperkalemic. Send me to the hospital with my kidneys failing. Side effects. Y'all need to pay attention to them when the doctor gives you drugs. So, found some supplements. Beet juice, which just sounded nasty. Hibiscus tea, which I'd never had, so I had no idea what that would taste like. And vitamin D, turmeric, flaxseed oil, and fish oil, magnesium, so I went and bought all that stuff. She gave me 30 days to bring my chart my blood pressure while on the lisinopril. But like I said, I never took it. I took these supplements, and I took myself from 168 over 91, 93, and I managed in 28 days to bring myself down to 112 over 81, and more days than that have passed since then. And I took my blood pressure at random at work the other day, and I was at 106 over 72. Now, as in all things, I ain't suggesting that you take supplements over what your doctor prescribes to you. But you want to avoid big pharma. Some of the nasty side effects that come from some of the drugs that they give you. Take a look into supplements and see what there might be out there for you for whatever particular ailment you got, and then run it by your doctor and say, hey, can I do this instead of that? Now, after I bought all my supplements, I wrote them all down and contacted my doctor and said, this is what I think I'm going to take instead. And she replied, well, I really wish you'd take the lisinopril. And I, of course, did not. And when I saw her on my follow-up appointment 29 days later, she took my blood pressure and she said, huh. And we did our exam, and at the end of the exam, she took my blood pressure again. And she looked at me and she said, you know, John, I'm going to take you off that lisinopril. And I said, that's fine with me, darling. But you owe me $750. And she said, $750? And I said, well, I didn't take the lisinopril, but I didn't completely blow you off. I went and filled the prescription. So I got a bottle of lisinopril that's never been opened. And I think you owe me $7.50. She said, well, as you know, I'm retiring, so good luck collecting that from me. She's a good woman. Alright, well, it's getting windy. I don't even know if you can hear me, it's so windy. I'm going to shut this thing off and talk to y'all in a bit. So we're climbing uphill now. So I didn't finish. I'm taking a product called Total Beets, which is just yummy. And then the hibiscus tea is by a company, and I'll correct myself in the edit, but I believe it's Tavo, T-A-V-O. It is yummy. The Total Beets is a powder. It is mixed with pomegranate, and just gives it a wonderful flavor. You have to keep stirring. I use a Keurig to make it. You have to keep stirring it when you drink it, because it gets a little gritty at the bottom. I'm going to assume that's the beets. I did make some fresh beets just to try those out. They were okay. They were not great. I might have to come up with a recipe for that. Make it into something that I would enjoy. Might add it to dice to a salad, with the olive oil and balsamic vinegar. That's another thing. I've changed my oil over to olive oil and extra virgin. And then looking for tough to find real olive oil. Apparently the stuff that's all from Italy, where you would expect it to be good, is all run by the mafia. And then other countries make some great olive oil. But the stuff that manages to make it to us here in the United States, the majority of it is not pure, even if it says pure. Apparently it's blended. And it can even be blended extra virgin with just straight olive oil, giving it a different flavor profile. But still searching for that. Trying to find a good source. And I have been eating avocados on at least 4 days out of the week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, obviously not today. And been doing that to get olive oil, which is good for your blood pressure, good for your cholesterol levels. And then with oats, I thought I was doing great on oats. I'm eating Quaker oats, and I like the apple cinnamon. No, apparently that's crap. Got all kinds of junk in it, plus sugars, plus salt. So did some research and went to a store and got some rolled oats. And when I got home, I was watching some YouTube, as I'm apt to do, and because I was doing research, you have no privacy anymore. I started getting a feed on different types of food and stuff. And one of those was on oats and what was the best for high blood pressure and your glycemic index and all that crap. And it turns out the best oat to eat is steel cut. So once I finish these rolled oats, which are good, rolled oats are still good, they're just not the best. And I mean, if you're gonna eat oats, they're cheap, why not eat the best? So I'm gonna do that. Did I mention? Probably not to y'all. Probably didn't have a camera, but I don't know where I'm at. I'm not lost by any means. I know the campground's above me, and I will emerge at some point into the campground. Probably just not at my campground, which at this point really doesn't matter, since I am the only one up on this mountain right now. That's not true. There are some RV people at the RV camp, which is on the other side of the road. They don't have a view of the lake. And there's a guy that, from what I can see, is always here. Oh shit, I am at my camp. How about that? Actually, pick the right trail. He's always here. He has the first campsite up by the ski station. So, maybe he's got some deal worked out. But his tent and his setup, we've been here every time I've been up. Every year I've been up. He probably just likes spending the summer here because it's nice. It'd be really nice if the water rose so high that I was standing chest deep in the water right now and walking up that hill from the beach. But I don't think it'll get that high. I don't know if you can see the spillway across the way. But it could get up pretty high. It could get up right in here, I think. Well, like I said, good hike, invigorating. As far as my plans go, hiking around the lake, that was a fail. I will have to try that again some other day. I guess the next time the schedule opens up to where I can take some days off, it will be cold and shit up here when that happens. But having said that, I have a hammock and I put it between those two trees right there. I bought an underquilt for it, which I have no idea where I put it, but it's somewhere around. And I can come up and test out hammock camping. I've done a lot of hammock camping up here, but nothing with the underquilt. So I'll try that out. And I'm trying to think of some fun. So there's I've been thinking when I do the Arizona Trail of taking mules from the bottom to the top, and I haven't made an effort to get the info on that, but I've been not poo-pooed on the idea per se, but there's been those that have said, I don't know if they do that. I know you can catch the mules You can catch the mules at the top, ride them down, spend the night, and ride them back up. But I don't know if you can take a mule from the bottom just up to the top. So I'm going to have to check in on that. If you can do it, I'm sure it'll take some coordination, because you would literally, if they're going to drag a mule down there without someone on it, I'll probably have to pay for the trip down for the mule. But I'll have to know that that's the day I'm going to be at the bottom. So, see how to coordinate that. I just think that'd be fun. And yes, I know it's not going to be a continuous footpath on the AZT, but like I said, I'm doing this once, and damn it, it's for me. I'm going to have some fun, and I think riding a mule up in the canyon would be a blast. And I'm old, okay? And that will be my first significant up on the AZT. I mean, there's Mount Humphreys up there, but I don't know how far you get up Mount Humphreys before. And there's the highest point in Arizona, but you're already high when you're up on the plateau, so hell, you could be standing on a rock for all I know. I think the highest point in Arizona up that way. So that'd be my first significant up, and certainly by then, what is it, 200-300 miles in, my legs would be ready for the hike up, certainly. But it just sounds fun. It sounds like a delightful thing, and I've never done it. And based on my plans after the AZT, I will never get the opportunity to do it again. So, damn it, I'm going to do it if I can. If not, I hope they let me camp along the trail, because it sounds grueling. If there's any place you'd like me to go, we can try that. Might bring you guys up here and just do some kayaking. Definitely got to get back up there and actually make it around the lake. I think for the going around the lake thing, if in the near future I'm not going to be hauling my backpack for the Arizona Trail, I need to build back up my stamina. That was hard to do. I didn't go that far. So, we'll do some fishing tomorrow. But for now, this is AZT at 63. Thanks for coming along.